UPS came.
This is not where Julie Covert lives.
We have to get packages delivered here because UPS and FedEx doesn't go to the island.
It's one of the places she works, but it's also part 2 of her trip home. Part 1 is hopping on a ferry to Drummond Island, then across the island to get her hip waders.
Let's go home.
She's got 2 miles of pavement, then 2 miles of dirt road,
And then 3 miles of 2-track.
then literally through a river. But it's not over.
Mile and a half.
This is where the fun part really begins, and the beginning of part 3 on her trip home.
Hey honey, I'm at Larry's. Here I come.
She checks in with her husband Hugh as a safety measure.
All right, see you soon.
And let the fun begin. It's a half mile down the coast of Drummond.
There's home.
200 yards across the water. Then a 1-mile hike down their island.
Welcome home. Welcome to Shelter Island.
This is home for Julie and Hugh Covert, Shelter Island. It's a 40-acre island completely off the grid.
We're on the far end of Drummond and the far end of the road and almost to Canada.
Hugh bought Shelter Island in 2003 and built this place. He met Julie in November of 2009. They fell in love, and she got here as fast as she could in the spring of 2010. They were married in 2011.
It's more remote than I originally intended, but it's not so difficult and it's a beautiful place to live.
But being this remote, how do they do it? Hugh had an option to run power out there.
Local contractor gave me a quote of around $50,000 to run power here. Oh man, I could buy a generator and a lot of fuel for that, and solar panels and inverters.
So he did.
It turns out that at least this part of Michigan has enough sunshine to make solar energy work for us on a low energy budget with LED lights, a propane refrigerator rather than electric, and no air conditioning. We're far enough north, we don't need air conditioning. And come to find out, living up here, is that the important thing for us is being able to recharge quickly. The only way to do that is with a big battery bank.
And we heat with wood. We have 2 stoves that we cook on. One is the wood cook stove, which actually I love cooking on. We have homemade fried chicken.
Anyone who's been to Drummond Island knows it's basically one big rock. Shelter Island is no different.
We're low. Time to fill.
Drilling wells can be sometimes very difficult, so Hugh and Julie get their water straight from Lake Huron.
This part of Lake Huron is cold and highly oxygenated. There's no industrial or agricultural sources of pollution, and it's good, clean water.
For all of us sitting at home watching this, it may seem like a hard way to live, but they love it.
Being so close to nature and the idea of really intentional living. Having to think consciously about everything we do.
Zelda Fitzgerald said nobody has ever measured, not even poets, how much the heart can hold. Look at where their house is placed on Shelter Island. I'd say it can hold quite a bit.
This is our television. We're always tuned to the Nature Channel. Every day it's playing a different song.
For 9 and 10 News, I'm Corey Adkins.